In today's video, I'm going to reveal 5 alternate fuel sources that aren't coal and also share some bonus tips on how to make them sustainable so you never have to keep finding them. Now the first one is pretty simple, it's charcoal. It is very good for early game and it's very easy to gather as you just smelt logs or wood. And one piece of charcoal smelts 8 items, which is exactly the same amount as coal, and why it's pretty much a very straight up alternative to coal. Granted, it needs a fuel source to make charcoal to begin with, so if you're happy to sacrifice a bit of early game coal, then you can make some charcoal. And the beauty of charcoal is that you can use it to make torches as well, regular and soulstone. So, you know, once you sort of get a bit of an inventory going along with how much charcoal you got, then you're pretty much just set for the rest of the game. Now the second one is dried kelp, and one reason why this is better than coal and charcoal is that it can be a food source as well. So eating one piece of dried kelp restores 1 hunger, and an extra fun fact is that a player can consume dried kelp twice as fast as any other food source in the game, making it really handy to restore health in a pinch. It is also super easy to find, since all you need to do is go down to the ocean and you will probably find it growing there. That's regular kelp, and then all you need to do is just chuck it in a furnace with maybe some charcoal like we just said before, smelt it up, and then you have some dried kelp. And the good thing about farming the kelp is that once you chop it at the bottom, all the pieces above it will float to the top, meaning that you will have lots of pieces of kelp that you can be used to make dried kelp. And what's great about this is that it's very sustainable. It just needs to grow underwater, and kelp farms are often very overlooked in Minecraft, and there's no reason why you should utilize it. The beauty of this is you can also gain experience for each piece of dried kelp you smelt. That's right, you gain 0.1 experience for this, and it might be a good way to get some extra experience on the side. And you can also compost the kelp and dried kelp to make some bone meal as well. I wouldn't recommend using the dried kelp as a way to get lots of experience really quickly. It's more just an extra bonus you get on the side. While you're making your dried kelp and your fuel source, you can also gain some experience as well. But the beauty of dried kelp is you can actually add 9 of them together to create one piece of dried kelp block, which can smelt up to 20 items, which is really good for huge amounts of things you want to cook, whether that be food, sand, etc. for your base, whatever it may be. Number 3 on the list is blaze rods. Now, we understand that going to the nether is very scary in and of itself, and going to find these deadly mobs can actually be a pain, but the reward is worth it. Little do people know that blaze rods are actually some of the best and underrated fuel sources in Minecraft, as each rod can smelt up to 12 items and only need 5.5 to smelt a full stack of items. So, you know, if you decide to kill some blazes on the way, might as well keep it. You know, it's really good to have it in the nether as well, considering you're not going to find coal down there. So it's a good alternative to have in a pinch as well. Number 4 is extremely popular and totally oversaturated in Minecraft since the beginning. It's been introduced, and there's good reason why. That is bamboo. Bamboo is often found in jungles, and they can also be found in shipwrecks as well, which is indefinitely sustainable because all you need is sunlight and a block for it to grow on. Now, it needs to be a solid block, let's keep that in mind as well. However, the drawback of that is one piece of bamboo can only smelt 0.25 or a quarter of an item, so it requires more bamboo in order to smelt things in general, so you need to keep that in mind. Now, this is a way up you need to consider if you wanted sustainability and ease of access and saving you from having to go around trying to find other fuel means, or if you want something that smelts for a long period of time. And with the right farm, you can build up a really large backlog really quickly, so that's why bamboo is really good as well. Now, last but not least is lava. It is still considered the best fuel source in Minecraft because it is a very long-lasting fuel and burns and can smelt through a lot of stuff. It's easily accessible, and once you have access to the nether, it's pretty much abundantly available. All you need to do is find a lava lake, which is everywhere. Simply collect it by crafting an empty bucket, and 1 bucket of lava can smelt or cook up to 100 items. So that's more than any of the fuel sources that are listed in this list so far. What players might not realize is that there is a way of making this sustainable. In Minecraft 1.18, we were introduced to the dripstone block. Whilst it can be used to impale mobs or have fun with your friends by setting hidden pits and stuff like that, It isn't just a decoration, it has a great use of transferring liquids from the blocks above it, meaning you can create a sustainable lava source that can be reused and save you from venturing out and having to find it. This is particularly useful for when you need to smelt multiple items for a base. Simply place the dripstone like so, with the lava on top, and then place a cauldron underneath, and just give it some time, grab your bucket, and collect it. That's it guys. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you're having a hard time finding bamboo biomes, click on this video where I found bamboo when I was looting 10 sunken ships.